Hi, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to ENT 4704, which is International Entrepreneurship. So I'm going to go over a brief discussion of the syllabus now, which unfortunately we don't get to do in class since it's an online offering. But I do think this will work. And if you do, if you have any questions whatsoever about how this works or the syllabus after we're finished, please email me or call me if there's anything that's unclear. I think the syllabus is pretty clear, but you never know. So please don't hesitate if something comes up that you want to question. First of all, I'm really looking forward to teaching this class. As many of you know, I teach entrepreneurship classes and a lot of international classes and strategic management type classes, and I think this is really a blend of those things. And in fact, I just want to emphasize right from the start, we're really going to look at this in like three parts. One will be how to do a strategy, because all business is strategy related. Strategic plans are important for any kind of business, but particularly if you're thinking of something new and innovative and entrepreneurial. So we'll be looking at the strategy formation process. The other thing we'll look at international entrepreneurship itself and entrepreneurship in general. One thing we'll get to do is learn how to spell entrepreneurship. I know that's not, and also we say it a lot, so feel free to write IE anytime you want to write international entrepreneurship rather than the whole thing, because I find myself typing those same words a million times. But anyway, so we'll look at strategy, we'll look at entrepreneurship, and then we'll also look at country analysis. As you know, this course looks at how entrepreneurs and innovators would move into countries outside their home country, in our case outside of the U.S. So it's very important when you do that to understand the makeup and the complexities and the composition and all the different elements of the country you're thinking about. And of course that's related to what your business is and a million other things, but we'll look at that. So basically we have three parts: strategy, entrepreneurship, country analysis. That'll be the key things that we'll be looking at this time, and I hope you really benefit from that. I'll give you a quick 2 seconds about me. I've been teaching here for a couple years. My career has been in banking primarily, and on the good side, I've had the good fortune to work in a lot of places around the globe. I've worked in Europe, Latin America, Far East Asia, a bit in Africa. And most recently, I was the CEO and president of a bank here in Miami. So I've got a lot of business background, but particularly as it relates to overseas living, working, and because I've been to most countries doing work like that. And I've also had a couple of businesses of my own, entrepreneur business, which I do now. I'm a consultant as well as teach here. So I have a flavor for that as well. So hopefully that'll kind of help us all get somewhere. And of course, I have a lot of emphasis on strategy. That's one thing I really find important. And you'll see my book is the reading here is on strategy. And I think that book, even though it's basically geared towards domestic entrepreneurship, it really tells about a strategy formation process that's vital. You're going to use it all your life if you do it. So I really encourage you to have that. But we'll cover it a lot in the lectures, etc. Let's go quickly through the course. As you know, it's online. The coursework is on there. All the work you do, all the quizzes, tests, etc., discussions will be online, as you know. And let's go over a few of those requirements now, just looking down here on the... we're going to have quizzes. There'll be 8 quizzes. The quizzes are really simple. They're really easy. All you have to do is read, and you get them all the questions right. So the obvious intent of the quiz is to make sure you're following the reading and doing what you're supposed to do in that regard. But once having done that, you'll find the quiz is very easy. They're not meant to trip you up. By the way, nothing I ever do is to make you trip you up, trick you, be obscure, or hide things, or everything you'll see in this course is very straight up, very straightforward. You'll be prepared for everything you have to be tested on or graded on is always really clearly outlined. My whole point is to help you to learn something that you can take with you as we go forward. So I think you'll enjoy that. And this is there are 8 quizzes, and then they'll be like 5 points each, and there'll be 2 tests. The 2 tests are worth 30 points each, and they're not. Again, they'll be very straightforward. They'll be, the first one will cover what we covered up to that time, and the second will cover from the first test on to the end of the semester. There are going to be 3 discussions, and those are really interesting. Those are basically topics that are laid out there related to this course, and the idea there is to tell me what you think about that. I don't necessarily need to repeat what the discussion topic is, or even whether it's a video or an article or whatever. The thing is, they tell me what you think. There's no right, that way you're never right or wrong, right? It's what you think. But the whole thing is to try to start becoming innovative, a self-thinker, and someone who can really take what you see, put your own ideas around it, and come up with something new and different. It's a lot more interesting for me reading all your discussions if they're new and different also. So please don't fear being innovative and letting your own thoughts reign there. I enjoy hearing that. Then we'll have at the end a new business strategy. It's going to be an abbreviation. It's not going to be a full-blown strategic plan for a new business overseas. That's difficult, and I think a little bit beyond the scope of what we want to cover here. But we will look at something on something like combining the 3 areas of strategy, entrepreneurship, and country analysis on seeing what would be an initial approach to looking at a business overseas. In other words, you'll say, where's my idea? What are the elements of the country of a country that could I need to know, I need to apply and make it benefit me, might be challenges, and then what sort of entrepreneurial spirit can I bring in there and do something new to make it happen? I think you really enjoy that, and it's something to be proud of once you've finished. And also, it'll really put together the different thinking that we've looked on the strategy side, so you actually do a practical example of the things you're learning, which is, again, really useful and is something you'll take with you in your future career. The grading is very simple, very clear. You'll see that in the syllabus. There are like 150 points, and those are pretty obvious how that works. The course, the weekly schedule is laid out. In online courses, it requires quite a bit of discipline to be proactive and ahead of the game a little bit. You'll notice that the quizzes are due on Wednesdays. Your first, so we're starting on Monday. Your first quiz is Wednesday. Every Wednesday, that's when the quiz will be due. The other work's usually due on Sunday evening. But the whole point is to stay on top of it. This course is not meant to be difficult, hard, or tricky. It's meant to, but you do have to pay attention and move forward. Late work, incomplete work, all that stuff. My primary motivation is for you all to get the work done, get it done well, and learn from it. So I'm a bit flexible if things happen on work that doesn't get finished, allowing you to finish it. I don't want to see it abused, but I do want to see you complete the work and finish. I don't think anyone's ever taken any of my classes and said, well, the professor's unfair, he didn't let me do this, or stood my way, or I missed the deadline by 5 minutes, and that's not going to happen. On the other hand, I do have a lot of students in all my classes, so I really, even if I wanted to, it's very difficult to kind of handhold every single person because it's hundreds of people. So do your very, very best to get the work done. It's not hard, it's clear, it's obvious what you have to do, and just really go through and make that a priority and follow the work. You do an online course to give you additional flexibility, so make sure you use that. If you're going to not be somewhere, go in the future and take the test or do the work. I mean, it's easy to do. So I think that's it. I think, again, I'll look forward to working with you over the semester on that, something I find very interesting, fascinating, really, and something that you will certainly be more and more involved in as you go forward in your future. Even if you do a domestic entrepreneur business and you never go overseas, this will help you do that. But on the other hand, almost every business these days with the internet allows you the opportunity to do something overseas, even if it's a minor thing of just having clients there, which is important and something you can really take with you. All right, well, good luck with everything. Hope the rest of your semester and all of this class goes really well, and look forward to working with you over the next several weeks. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.